Welcome, coin collectors and treasure hunters. Today, we're diving into the world of rare and valuable Washington quarters, coins that have shocked collectors with their unbelievable auction prices. You might even have one hiding in your collection without realizing its true worth. From rare mint errors to key dates worth thousands, we're uncovering the top 4 Washington quarters that could make you a fortune. Could you be holding one of these rare gems? Stay tuned, because you won't want to miss this. Let's start. Number 1. Imagine holding a simple-looking 1982 Washington quarter in your hands, thinking it's just another coin. But what if I told you that some of these quarters, the rarest of them all, have been auctioned for thousands of dollars? Yes, a small piece of change that most people overlook could be hiding a fortune. But what makes the 1982 quarter so special? How do you know if the one in your pocket is worth a life-changing amount? Let's uncover the truth behind this rare and valuable quarter. Many collectors and casual coin holders assume that an old coin is automatically valuable. But that's not the case. Rarity is determined by several crucial factors. First, key dates and mint marks. In 1982, the Denver Mint struck millions of Washington quarters. However, due to the economic situation at the time, fewer high-quality quarters were saved. Even fewer were preserved in pristine condition, making certain well-preserved 1982 quarters extremely rare today. But there's more to the story. A coin's value skyrockets when it has mint errors and unique varieties. One of the most sought-after errors in the 1982 Washington quarter is the struck on a transitional planchet error. This happens when a coin is mistakenly struck on a planchet meant for a different metal composition. These error coins can fetch massive prices at auction. Another valuable variety is the double die obverse, where slight doubling appears on George Washington's profile or the lettering. These errors are rare but highly collectible, and if you find one, you could be looking at a serious payday. Condition plays a huge role in a coin's value. The higher the grade, the higher the price. Coins are graded from poor to mint state, with mint state 65 and above being the most desirable. Since most 1982 quarters were heavily circulated, finding one in exceptional condition is incredibly difficult. That's why collectors are willing to pay a premium for coins that look nearly flawless. If you have a 1982 quarter, check for deep, original luster and sharp details. These could indicate a high-grade coin worth serious money. Demand is another major factor. While some old coins have historical significance, not all of them are in high demand. But the 1982 quarter stands out because collectors know how scarce high-quality examples are. The combination of limited surviving pristine coins, rare mint errors, and strong collector interest makes this coin a true hidden gem. So, how much could one of these rare quarters be worth? Well, some have sold for $3,750, while others, especially those with rare errors and in pristine condition, have reached an astonishing $28,000 or more at auctions. Before you spend your next quarter, take a closer look. You might be holding a hidden treasure. Do you think you have a rare 1982 quarter in your collection? Let me know in the comments. And if you want to discover more valuable coins, subscribe and stay tuned, because the next coin you find could be worth even more. Number 2. You might have a 1970 Washington quarter sitting in your collection or even in your pocket right now. But what if I told you that some of these coins, the rarest of them all, have sold for thousands, sometimes tens of thousands, of dollars? It sounds unbelievable, right? After all, it's just a quarter. But there's more to this coin than meets the eye. The 1970 Washington quarter is one of the most intriguing modern coins, and if you have the right one, you could be holding a small fortune. So, what makes this coin so rare and valuable? Let's break it down step by step. Many people assume that because a coin is old, it must be valuable. But that's not how rarity works in the numismatic world. Several factors determine a coin's worth. The first is key dates and mint marks. In 1970, the Denver Mint struck millions of quarters. However, What most people don't realize is that high-quality examples of the 1970 D-quarter are incredibly scarce today. The reason? Most of these coins entered circulation immediately and were heavily used, meaning very few survived in pristine condition. Even fewer were set aside in mint state condition, making them highly desirable to collectors. But what really makes a coin's value skyrocket? Mint errors and varieties. And the 1970 D-quarter has some of the most fascinating error coins you'll ever see. One of the most famous errors is the 1970 D-quarter struck on a silver planchet, an absolute rarity. This happened when leftover 40% silver planchets from earlier coinage were mistakenly used to strike some of these quarters. If you find one, congratulations, you've just found a true numismatic jackpot. Another highly valuable variety is the double die verse, where subtle doubling can be seen on Washington's profile or the lettering. Collectors hunt for these rare doubling errors, and if you spot one, you could be looking at a coin worth far more than just 25 cents. But even without errors, condition plays a massive role in determining value. Coins are graded on a scale from poor to mint state, with mint state 65 and above commanding the highest prices. The problem with 1970 D-quarters is that most were used in everyday transactions, meaning they're full of scratches, nicks, and wear. That's why finding a 1970 D-quarter in top condition is so difficult, and why collectors are willing to pay serious money for a pristine example. If you have a 1970 D-quarter, check its condition carefully. If it has a strong strike, original luster, and minimal surface damage, it could be worth far more than its face value. Demand is another key factor. Not all old coins are in high demand, but the 1970 D-quarter has gained a special place in the hearts of collectors. The combination of rare errors, limited surviving mint state examples, and its unique historical significance has made this coin a true hidden gem in the numismatic world. So, how much could one of these rare 1970 D-quarters be worth? Some have sold for $4,780, while others, especially those with rare errors or in flawless condition, have reached an astonishing $58,000 or even more at major auctions. Before you spend your next quarter, take a closer look. You might be holding a hidden treasure. Do you think you have a rare 1970 D-quarter in your collection? Let me know in the comments. And if you want to discover more valuable coins, make sure to subscribe and stay tuned, because the next coin in your collection could be worth a fortune. Number 3. Imagine coming across a 1776 to 1976 Bicentennial Washington quarter and thinking, it's just another old coin. But what if I told you that some of these quarters, hidden among millions, are worth an absolute fortune? Some have sold for thousands, while the rarest ones have shocked collectors with auction prices reaching six figures. The question is, do you have one of these rare treasures in your collection? Let's uncover the secrets behind the most valuable 1776 to 1976 Washington quarters, and what makes them so special. Many people assume that because a coin is old, it must be valuable. But rarity isn't just about age. Several key factors determine a coin's true worth. The first is key dates and mint marks. The 1776 to 1976 Bicentennial quarter was minted in huge numbers at 3 locations: Philadelphia, no mint mark, Denver, D, and San Francisco, S. But not all of them were created equally. The most valuable quarters from this series are the ones struck in 40% silver, which were only produced at the San Francisco Mint. These silver coins were never meant for circulation, making them significantly rarer than their copper-nickel counterparts. But even within these silver quarters, certain coins stand out. Some have rare mint errors and varieties, which make them even more desirable. One of the most sought-after errors is the double die verse, where subtle doubling appears on Washington's profile or the lettering. Another high-value variety is the off-center strike, where the design is noticeably misaligned. Then there's the overstruck error, where a bicentennial quarter was accidentally struck on another coin, creating a unique and incredibly valuable piece. If you come across one of these rare errors, you could be looking at a jackpot, but errors alone don't determine a coin's value. Condition is one of the most crucial factors. Coins are graded from poor to mint state, with mint state 65 and above fetching the highest prices. The challenge with the 1776 to 1976 quarters is that most were heavily used in circulation, meaning high-quality examples are rare. If you have a quarter with a strong, crisp strike, original luster, and no major scratches, it could be worth far more than just 25 cents. The final piece of the puzzle is demand. While some old coins sit unnoticed by collectors, the 1776 to 1976 Washington quarter remains one of the most popular modern U.S. coins. Its historical significance, limited silver editions, and rare era varieties have made it a must-have for collectors. And when demand meets scarcity, prices soar, so how much could one of these rare bicentennial quarters be worth? Some have sold for $19,200, while the rarest examples, especially those with unique mint errors or in pristine condition, have reached an astonishing $128,000 or more at major auctions. Before you spend or overlook your next quarter, take a closer look. You might be holding a hidden gem. Do you think you have a rare 1776 to 1976 bicentennial quarter in your collection? Let me know in the comments. And if you want to uncover more valuable coins, make sure to subscribe and stay tuned, because the next coin in your collection could be worth a fortune. Number 4. Have you ever come across an old quarter and wondered, could this be worth a fortune? Many people assume that an old coin means big money, but the truth is, not every old coin is valuable. Some quarters from the past are just face value, while others, like the 1967 Washington quarter, can be rare treasures worth thousands of dollars. But what makes one coin a hidden gem and another just pocket change? Today, we'll break down exactly why some 1967 quarters are among the rarest and most valuable in the world. Not every 1967 quarter is worth a small fortune, but certain factors can push their value into the thousands. The first thing collectors look for is rarity. While millions of these quarters were minted, only a few have unique traits that make them stand out. Key varieties, rare errors, and exceptional condition can turn an ordinary coin into a collector's dream. Let's go step by step and uncover what makes a 1967 quarter a must-have for collectors. Point 1. Major factor is mint errors. Unlike other quarters, the 1967 Washington quarter was struck during a time of transition in U.S. coinage. The U.S. Mint was moving away from silver coins, and during this change, many quarters were struck with mistakes. Some have off-center strikes, meaning the design was misaligned during minting. Others have double die errors, where parts of the design appear duplicated. And then there are the highly sought-after full drumline quarters, where the details on the reverse drum are completely visible. These errors and unique features make certain 1967 quarters extremely valuable. Another major factor is condition and grading. Coins in higher grades, especially those graded MS-67 or higher by professional grading services, are much harder to find. Since quarters from 1967 were widely used in circulation, most have heavy wear and scratches. Finding one in near-perfect condition is rare. Collectors and investors are willing to pay high prices for well-preserved examples with sharp details and original luster. Collector demand also plays a huge role. A coin's value isn't just about its age, it's about how many collectors want it. The 1967 quarter has gained popularity in recent years, especially among those who specialize in mint errors and varieties. As demand increases, so does the value, making it a coin to watch for in the coming years. So, how much can a rare 1967 quarter be worth? While most 1967 quarters are common, the rarest ones, those with dramatic errors, high grades, or unique varieties, have sold for astonishing amounts. Some have reached $7,500, while the rarest and best preserved examples have commanded even higher prices, soaring to $68,000 or more at auctions. This is why checking your coins carefully is so important. You never know when a simple quarter in your collection or pocket change could be one of these valuable rarities. If you found a 1967 quarter today, what would be the first thing you'd check for? Let me know in the comments. And if you want to learn more about rare and valuable coins, subscribe now and watch until the end, because the next hidden treasure might be right in your hands.